In this video, I'm going to show you how you can compile and run programs at the command line with Java. I'm also going to show you how you can send command line options when you run the program as well. Okay, so for this, I'm just going to create a quick folder to put the files for this project. You, of course, can put it anywhere. I'm going to call it command line demo. And then to write the program, you can do it in any text editor. I'm going to use one called MacVim. Anything that you can write source code in will work. And we're going to go ahead and save this file inside that folder that I just created. Command line demo.java. And of course, it's important that the name of the file is the same as the name of the class that you use because it's Java. Oops. So we're going to start by just importing some library, just the IO library that we'll need because this is, we're going to output some things. And let's see, we're going to call this class command line demo. And of course, if you are used to using an IDE, your IDE normally does this kind of thing for you, and it probably even does this function for you, the public static void main. So if not, if you're not using an IDE, go ahead and type it all out, public static void main. This is the method that gets called when you invoke the program. And one thing you may have also noticed, but ignored if you haven't done this before, is that you put string args in here, right? The main program takes as a parameter an array called args, which are each of the things are of type string. So inside this method, okay, this is what's going to run. So right now it's not going to do anything. I'm just going to save it, and I'm going to real quick show you how to run the program. Okay, if you're on a Mac, you want to open up the terminal. Probably the best way to find that, if you've never invoked it before, is to just go up to your Spotlight and search for terminal. Oops, terminal. There it is. Okay, and then that'll open a command line interface that you can use. Okay, now the easiest way to get to the directory to run the program that you need. So right away, when I first load this up, this little squiggle, the tilde, shows that I'm at my home directory. What you need to do is change directories to the directory that you're going to use. So for instance, since mine's on my desktop, I could say change directory to my desktop. And you could put a full path or you could put a relative path. Right now I'm doing a relative path to my desktop, and that'll take me there. You can also, okay, so I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this is to probably type in the cd command and then drag your folder over into the terminal, and that'll automatically paste in the full path. And I can do that, and that'll get me to the path I'm looking for as well. So either way, the idea is that you need to get this thing to change its directory to wherever your source code is. Okay, so my source code is in this folder right here, so I dragged in that folder. All right, now I can see what files are in this folder by doing an ls for list, and yep, yes indeed, this is the file that I created. Okay, so once I'm in this folder, what I can do is compile or run this program. So the Java compiler that comes with the Java SDK is called javac. So if I type the command javac and then the name of my file, command line demo.java, and hit enter, that will compile my code. So you'll notice that this should have worked because if it did work, it will give you not any errors over here, but right here you'll get the command line demo class file that happens whenever you compile a Java program. If that didn't work, if it said for some reason it didn't recognize javac, that means you probably don't have the Java compiler, or it's not in a place where your computer knows it's there. So make sure you download the Java SDK. The Java runtime environment is enough for running Java programs. If you want to compile them, you need the Java SDK. Okay, so now we've got our program compiled. To run it, we use the command Java. Okay, so Java is how you invoke a Java program, and then you give the name of the class file, but without the .class extension. So in our case, that would be command line demo, and that'll run the main method within that class we just created. And notice it doesn't do anything. Okay, so like if I had put some output in here, so let's say I did system.out.println hello world. Right, you'll see that and I saved it, you'll see if I go ahead and I compile that code again by typing in javac command line demo.java, and then I run it again using the same command we did before, Java command line demo, hit enter. Now I get the output right at the console. Okay. So if I want to give command line arguments, so for instance, sometimes you might want to have a program that runs and you'll type command line demo, and then you might have an option that you give with it, like you say option 1 or option 2. You know, there are things you want to pass to it, like a file name or a number you want the program to run on, or so on. And you want to be able to hit enter and have it do something different based on the option that you gave it. Okay, well, the way that we can deal with those, anything that you type here, option 1, option 2, anything that comes after the name of the class file, is available to you in this arg string. So for instance, if I wanted to just see what values the user entered at the command line, I could just print these out by looping through the array. So let's just create a quick array. So for int I equal to 0, while I is less than the args array's length, so args.length, and we'll increment I by 1 each time through. And inside here, I'm just going to go ahead and print system.out.println the value of that array element. So args sub I. Okay, so as it is now, it should print on a separate line each option that was passed in with args. Okay, so I'm going to save this. Again, I need to compile it again. So a quick way to get back to previous commands that you've entered in the terminal is just hit up. And if you hit up, it'll go back and cycle through things you did before. So this is just the up arrow command on my keyboard. I can hit enter. It recompiles it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try one of those versions where I'm giving it options. So command line demo, and I'm going to give it, you know, option 1, option 2, hello, whatever you give it. And I'm going to hit enter. Notice it says hello world, because we had hello world as the first string being output up here. And then it looped through and printed out each of the elements in the args array, which were these three, opt1, opt2, hello. That was the thing I used here. So if you had a file name or something, you would want to make sure and grab the string right here and use it as the, you know, to open a file or whatever. Now this is how it works on Mac. Of course, in Windows, it works very similarly. They have different commands for say like listing the files. I think changing the directory should probably still be the same. You should be able to type cd and then the directory name. And if you've got Java C installed, you would invoke it with Java C and then Java for running it as well. Okay, and I think that should be about it.